realized like, oh, I gotta like scribble in the text of the other version. All right, let's do this a little quick. Oh, I was gonna say we could do a little quick run through with George now that George is here. Yeah.
Testing, testing.
I was thinking about it. I might even after post just play it a little bit. If that's a request, I might have to do that. That's true. We all know it anyways. Do you want to do a little quick run through with George here? Now that George is here. Woohoo! Let's just do so. I'm gonna do a little intro for Bring Me a Little Water. So if we
Another test, another test.
idea, and then repeat it, and then we go back and do it with a hum. That's it. You got it, George. In the second verse, yeah, it's can't you see me coming? Can't you see me now? I will bring a little water every little once in a while. Yes, so first one goes with the first verse, second one goes with the second verse. Yeah. Right. Yeah, so you repeat the first verse, then first verse B, repeat the second verse B. If that makes sense. So it's just bring me a little water again. Slowly come a running. And then verse 2, bring it in a bucket again. Can't you see me coming? And then hum, bring me a little water. I can shout it out too before each verse if that helps. And make it all kind of gospel-y out. I can totally do that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can totally do like a little. I'll do like a little closed mouth to remind you to hum. So be like, yeah, totally can do that. All right, I still need to find Tara. She has just been so busy. We've all been so busy this morning.
It's facing me. Resounding in the dawn, to sing awake the light, and softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. May your life be as a song, resounding in the dawn, to sing awake the light, and softly sound. To sing awake the light, and softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, and softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the light, and softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the light.
Come into our house of hope and love, of peace and justice, of wholeness and healing. Come in where we welcome the certain and the seeking, the lifers and the newcomers, the beloved and the brokenhearted. All of you can find a home here at Throop, where we go love the world from the heart of Pasadena and from the very heart of our homes for those of us joining us on live stream today. As September begins, our Throop liturgical year begins to turn toward fall and the gifts of falling seeds. In my own garden, I'm seeing the long seed pods of the wisteria vine. I'm seeing seeds fall down from my jacaranda tree. They look like little bitty UFOs landing across the garden. Are you seeing other seeds in your own garden or out on the sidewalks as you move about through town? Olives. Well, we will look out for olives and jacaranda and wisteria seeds as we move through the week. And this month, as seeds continue to fall, in September, we will explore the deep well of our inner spiritual lives in each of the worship services. And today is our annual Water Ceremony Sunday, where we honor water in our life that nourishes us and heals us. And I wonder how many of you remembered its water ceremony today and actually brought a little bit of water? Jean Prince, George, Fillery in the back. Oh, Michael and Paula. Well, if you arrived and you forgot your water, guess what? We have water for you in the back, and in just a few moments, for those of you whose bodies will allow you to move back there, there'll be a chance for you to go back and get some water. And fortunately or unfortunately, they are in some like really odd little like joke and riddle cups. So you're welcome. You get joke and riddle cups today for water ceremony. After service, we would love for you to stay and let us get to know you during our coffee hour. And if you're new to Throop and would like to stay connected, if you're here in the room, there's an info card in the pew back in front of you. You can put it in the offering plate a little later in the service. If you're joining us online and would like to stay connected, Brad will put a link to our online guest book in the chat, and we would love for you to fill that out. Welcome back, everyone, to your spiritual and religious home. Each one of us is a light in the world, and the flame from our chalice symbolizes and reflects that light. And today, our chalice lighting team are from our garden, Paula Trubisky and Marissa Morrison.
Each one of us is a light in the world. The flame from our chalice symbolizes and reflects that light. Our time together in worship is intimately connected with our daily lives. As a symbol of that connection, we light our chalice with love, compassion, and justice, with the words from Teresa Novak. Come into this place. There are healing waters here, and hands with soothing balms to ease your troubled days. Bring your wounds and aching hearts, your scars too numb to feel. Your questions and complaints are all welcome here. Rest a while. Let the warmth of this community surround you, hold you, heal you. When you feel stronger, just a bit, notice those that need you too. They are here. They are everywhere. Weep with them, smile with them, work with them, and laugh along the way. Pass the cup, drink the holy fire, take it with you into the world. We are saved, and we save each other again and again and yet again. We light the second candle to honor the people and the ancestors whose land we now occupy. The land under and around Throop was once and still is the home of the Gabrielino Tongva Band of the Mission Indian people. May this knowledge and awareness lead us into seeking justice and equity for all. We light a third candle symbolizing our watershed, the Arroyo Seco. May their waters continue to nourish life in our communities. We take a moment of silence, holding all of these in our hearts.
Bring me little water, Sylvie. Bring me little water now. Bring me little water, Sylvie. Every little once in a while.
And as we continue entering our sacred space, I invite you to turn to a neighbor and welcome them into Throop and into this beautiful morning. And if you did not bring your water, now is a good time to get it in the back of the sanctuary.
here.
Oh, no, just you brought water.
No, I did not. The only thing is that after the water ceremony is over, Tara asked me to take one of the bowls of water and water the carries. That would be very helpful. It would be a definite healing situation. Yeah. But I've already had some healing water at the Hilton Hotel. I went and had a breakfast to try to calm down. And I had a nice breakfast. Really was nice. Yeah. So, just this morning. Exactly. Say what? That was this morning. Yelling at us so good. I said, let's go get breakfast.
You thirsty too, lady? I'm sure toting her around makes you like our body needs that energy. Yeah.
Alright, let's get a song over and then you can blow down our water raft so we have a whole cool down.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm not even
Your
carrying
friends. Birthday celebration. Song celebration.
Me little water Sylvie, bring me little water now. Bring me little water Sylvie, every little once in a while. Bring me little water Sylvie, bring me little water now. Bring me little water Sylvie, every little once in a while. Sylvie, come running, again mine. I will bring a little water as fast as I can. Bring it in a bucket, Sylvie. Bring it in a bucket now. Bring it in a bucket, Sylvie. Every little once in a while. Bring it in a bucket, Sylvie. Bring it in a bucket now. Bring it in a bucket, Sylvie. Every little once in a while. Can't you see me coming? Can't you see me now? I will bring a little water every little once in a while. Bring me little water, Sylvie. Bring me little water now. Bring me little water, Sylvie. Every little once in a while. Every little once in a while. Every little once in a while.
Water carries us and connects us. It connects us with all of creation and with one another. Our bodies are on average 70% water, more than any other element, more than bone, more than muscle. And we might say that water not only carries us and connects us, but that water defines us and expresses us. And so in today's service, we honor and bless the waters that surround us and the waters that nourish our spirit, hearts, minds, and bodies. We're reminded of all the sacred waters of our lives, and the litany, the responsive reading this morning, you will respond with, "Blessed are you, source of life." Let's say that together. Blessed are you, source of life. And for those of you that have water of some kind in your hands right now, maybe water you brought from home or water that you got from the back of the sanctuary, I invite you to kind of hold it out in front of you. And if you don't have it with you, that's fine. I invite you to hold in your heart, in your mind, that place, that water that means something special to you in your own life. And as we share this responsive reading, really direct that energy toward the water you're holding. Those of you at home, I hope you have a bowl of water near you. And those in the room can hold it either out in front of you or just the thought of it close in your heart. Your spirit moves over the waters at creation. Blessed are you, source of life. You form new life in the waters of the womb. Blessed are you, source of life. You renew earth with winter rains and snow in the mountains. Blessed are you, source of life. You share life-giving water with all creation. Blessed are you, source of life. You dance your people through the waters to promised lands. Blessed are you, source of life. You weep over us, over the violence that creation experiences from abusers. Blessed are you, source of life. And you water our gardens and bring forth food. Blessed are you, source of life. Our water ceremony comes out of a Unitarian Universalist tradition. This was born on the edges of a lake in one of the middle states, and it was a gathering of Unitarian Universalist feminists in the 1980s who were looking for a way to connect more deeply with Unitarian Universalism. And so as these women gathered for a retreat, they thought about how water is this connective element among not just women, not just men, but really among all people, however they identify their gender expression. And so they created this water ceremony as a way to honor the ways that water can bless us. Some cultures use water to baptize, to replenish, to heal. And we know here in Southern California how many of you danced or laughed with joy on Friday night when we finally heard the sound of the rain coming down. It felt like a little bit of a miracle after all those days of such hot, hot weather. And so today we honor this element. And so as we ready ourselves, for those of you who are new to water ceremony, in a few moments I'll invite you to move forward if your body is allowing that today. And we have 2 common bowls here at the altar, and you'll just gently pour your water in. And I'll be down there, and I may ask you, if you feel like sharing it with me, what your water represents. What it represents in your life, and whatever it represents, how might you share that gift with others? How might you use it to widen your own circle of compassion and care with the world? And with any ritual, its power comes not from any words that I say or any music that the choir sings, even though it was so beautiful this morning, thank you. But it really comes from the intention that you yourself put in it. And so when you're ready, come forward, pour your water in our common bowls, knowing that it mingles with the stories and experiences and memories of everyone else here in this room. If you're at home, I just invite you to imagine that you are pouring your water with us. And if you're able to access the chat, maybe put in the chat what it symbolizes, and I'll connect with Brad to hear what that is at some point in the service. And if you have water, but your body does not feel like moving out of the pew today, if you'll just gently raise your hand, I'm going to see if Rachel would love, and she said yes. Rachel will come down and she'll get your water from you and pour it for you. And so with gratitude for the ongoing gifts of this, our religious home, and what each of us brings into this shared well, I invite you to move forward as you're ready and share your water for the water ceremony. So a few things I heard from you all about what your water symbolizes. I heard it symbolizes being open to more vulnerability. It symbolizes life and thirstiness and nourishment. It symbolizes places you have recently traveled to that have meaning for you because part of your family and identity is rooted in those rivers of states far away from here. One of you brought in water that symbolized a bubble bath of the tomato plants in your garden that have needed water almost every day lately, of your excitement that you have chosen this place as your new church home. And then finally, a couple of you poured in waters as waters to heal not just people, but to actually heal some of our plant community that lives outside of our church doors. Some of us arrived today with some sadness that our property had not been treated with respect in the early hours of today. And if you came in through the parking lot, you may have noticed it looked different, and that's not on purpose. And so just know that some of us are in the sanctuary today with some heavy hearts, because it's hard to see our beloved place not treated with respect, and it's just hard to know that, people's hearts are hurting, including the person who made that unfortunate decision. And so with all of that, may all the waters in our lives continue to heal us, to bring us into moments that allow us to dance, that bring us into moments that allow us to shed tears when needed, and absolutely to always rain down a sense of hope for what is to come in our lives. May it be so. And one of the joys at Throop today is that after 2 years of being on hiatus, our Kids Dig In program returns. Kids Dig In is a place where our youngest can dig into Unitarian Universalism, dig into our garden, dig into their own spiritual lives. I thank Rachel and Dave Ryan today for leading the program and getting it off the ground this morning. And we have a tradition here of singing our children and program leaders into the program. If you're brand new today and you're a parent, you're invited to go in as well, just to check it out and see if that's a place your child would like to be. And so Megan Hawks, I believe, will sing them to the program now.
For you shall go out in joy, for you shall go out in joy, and come back in peace, and come back in peace again. For you shall go out in joy, for you shall go out in joy, and come back in peace, and come back in peace. Blessed be.
Good morning. A poem, Pondering What If God Was Water. What would it mean if water is God? Then that would mean that God is both in us and all around us. That God is both above and below us. Why a woman's water breaks when we are born, and why some religions observe the ritual of baptism. But if water was God, then that would mean that God has no gender. That God takes the shape of whatever container God appears in. Which would explain why so many different belief systems
and which begs the question, what is the spiritual significance of poisoning the water in Flint, Michigan, or the oil burning in the Gulf of Mexico, or the large islands of water floating in the Pacific? If God was water, would that not mean that every natural place is holy? That every thunderstorm was a church without walls? That when the rain falls, it is actually an act of God giving life, and when it evaporates again, it is the day of resurrection? In life itself, which is a test of learning how to be and flow like water, how to give life to people, and how to refresh their spirits and quench their thirst with your presence. Thank you.
The water is wide, I cannot cross o'er, but neither have I wings to fly. Build me a boat that can carry two, and both shall row, my love and my love is gentle, love is kind, the sweetest flower when it's first new. But love grows old and waxes cold and fades away like morning dew. The water is wide, the water is wide, the water is wide, the water is wide. There is a ship that sails the sea. She's loaded deep as deep can be, but not as deep as the love within. I know not how I'll sink or swim. The water is wide.
At Throop, we practice widening our hearts, widening our generosity in the larger community and here in this community. And each Sunday, we invite you to support this church through gifts of time and talent and treasure. For those of you that are able to make a financial gift today, we thank you. And you can make a gift in one of three ways. You can donate online, you can text to give, or you can make a gift here in the room. Cynthia will come down with the offering plate. And if you are a first-time visitor, we ask that you let the offering plate pass you by. Our morning offering will now be gratefully received.
Deep waters flowing, calling all to follow, watching, listening, waiting, silence finds a way. waters flowing, calling all to follow, watching, listening, waiting, silence finds a way. Deep waters flowing, calling all to follow, watching, listening, waiting, silence finds a way.
And as we give thanks, please say with me the words in the order of worship. For the ministries of the church and our community, we bless our offering with love and hope, and we follow that each week by sharing our promise to our planet. As members of the family of living beings on earth, we are guided by the Unitarian Universalist principle of respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. With hearts filled with love for it, eyes nurtured by its beauty, and minds ruminating on ways to protect its sacred and scarce resources, we promise to nurture the well-being of all life and of the planet itself.
Holy waters, holy waters, holy waters, holy waters, holy waters, bathe us in forgiveness. Holy waters, wake us to the power. Holy waters, wash us in the mystery. Holy waters of ocean, stream, and shower. Holy waters, bathe us in forgiveness. Holy waters, wake us to the power. Holy waters, wash us in the mystery. Holy waters of stream and of shower. Holy waters, make us new. Holy waters, make us whole. Holy waters, make us free. Holy waters, make us one. Holy waters, make us new. Holy waters, make us whole. Holy waters, make us free. Holy waters, make us one.
Our shared stories and memories and experiences have come together in these two bowls of water here at our altar. It's our energies and our intention that make these waters holy, that make them capable of offering you a blessing. Almost every single water ceremony, it is muggy in the sanctuary. It is hot out. And there's something that feels so good about actually being able to put your fingers in the waters that we have collected here together. For those of you who would like to receive a blessing from these waters, you'll be invited to come forward. If you would like to just put your hand in the water and just be introverted and not have any human interaction, I'll invite you to go to the bowl that's closest to the pillar, that's closest to the stained glass windows. And if you would enjoy receiving a blessing from me with the water, you'll come to where you see me. And for those of you who are joining us online, if you have a bowl of water, if you want to put your fingers in it now, kind of dip your hand in. Maybe if it feels right to put some on your forehead or here on your palm. And to receive a blessing, may your body know strength. May your heart be open to receive love. May your soul know compassion, and may your mind know peace. And again, for those of you who would enjoy receiving a blessing, you can come to the bowl near me to receive a blessing from me, or go to the other one and kind of do your own self-blessing, DIY as it were. If you stand at the edge of this blessing and call down into it, you will hear the words return to you. If you lean in and listen close, you will hear this blessing give you the story of your life back to you. Quiet your voice, quiet your judgment, quiet the way you always tell your story to yourself. Quiet all these, and you will hear the whole of it and the hollows of it, and the spaces and the telling, the gaps where you hesitate to go. Stay at the rim of this blessing. Press your ear to its lip, its sides, its curves that were carved out long ago by those with a deep thirst, those who dug into the layers with only their hands and hope. Rest yourself beside this blessing, and you will begin to hear the sound of water entering the gaps. Still yourself, and you will feel it rising up within you, filling every emptiness, springing forth life anew. And as we close our water blessing, I invite 2 members of our garden team to come forward, George Patton and Marissa Morrison. They'll each take one of these bowls of our sacred water, waters that heal, waters that symbolize the stories here, the grief and beauty, family and friends, and they will take it out to the garden and pour it onto the areas that were harmed in the early days of this Sunday, offering our bit of healing from Throop. And for anyone who has a moment later in the afternoon when it is cool, I invite you to come back onto campus and join me in doing a little bit of cleanup work with some of the areas that were damaged this morning. May our garden, may each of us in our own lives continue to inspire others into lives of love, peace, and meaning. May it be so.
For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift of which we're called to use to come the common good and make our own days glad.
It's number 128 if you want to follow along in the hymnal.
For needs which others serve, for services we give, for work and its rewards, for hours of rest and love, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life, for sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful hours that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life, for all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift for which we're called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad.
Put one hand on your heart, reach another out to someone in the room, to the live stream. Our chalice is extinguished. We carry its light with us. May you know peace and goodness and gladness in all the days to come. I love you all. Go out and love the world. Amen and blessed be.
There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my soul, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing in my heart, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing in my mind. There's a river flowing in my mind, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my mind. There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my soul, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my soul.